Welcome gamers, Hattori here, and today I'm going to answer the question, should you buy Nioh? This is a video series where I go over a certain game before I've even got my hands on it and give you a sort of outsider view on whether you should buy this game or not. My opinions are based on the trailer, both the betas that I played and other people who have played the game to a bigger degree than me. Now this game comes out on February the 8th and is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. So if you play on another system, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to pick up this game. And that's a shame, because I think it's going to be one of the best games of 2017. Now if you are thinking about buying Nioh, the likelihood is that you are a massive Dark Souls fan, and I'm pretty sure that everybody buying this game has at least played one Dark Souls game, because they are very similar in lots of different ways, but they're also different enough to be considered different titles, and Nioh is by no stretch of the imagination a Dark Souls copy or a Dark Souls clone or anything like that. It's different in lots of different ways. Now to compare Nioh and Dark Souls to sort of PES and FIFA, they're the same type of game, but they are different enough to be called completely different games. And if you are a massive fan of the Dark Souls series, I'm pretty sure you're going to be buying this game regardless. Demon Souls, Bloodborne, these games that aren't sort of related to the Dark Souls series were very good regardless, and I'm pretty sure Nioh's not going to be any different. In case you've not played the beta, it's different in a few ways. For example, it's not just normal attacking and defending, you have different stances all the time. You can do high stance, medium stance and low stance. High is for like lots of damage and if you're playing really aggressive, medium stance if you're playing a little bit more defensive and just want to hold back a little, and low stance is for if you're using like dual wield weapons or daggers, stuff like this, that you can attack very quickly and get back out of danger in no time. It's also not going to be nowhere near as open world as the Dark Souls series. For example, in the Dark Souls universe, you're presented to this world, there's loads of interlinking doors and passageways, secrets that all link together, and it all becomes this massive open world area. But in Nioh, it's not like this at all. In fact, there's sort of going to be separate levels, where you select it from a map screen, and then you play that specific level, defeat the boss, and then move on to the next level. So in that regard, I think it's not going to be as good, because the way the Dark Souls world interlinked between different doors, and each section became like a massive open world, and it all joined together was one of the best things about the game, especially in the first Dark Souls. But we can't keep comparing Nioh to Dark Souls because they are very different games, as I've already said. We need to treat this as a brand new IP because it is a brand new IP, sort of review it and respect it away from the Dark Souls series without these constant comparisons, because it's got a very hard name to live up to if we're going to compare it to the Souls series. So if you're a Dark Souls fan, I don't need to recommend this game to you. You're definitely going to be picking this up. It's a bit more fast paced, it's a bit more difficult in my opinion, but there's no doubt about it, if you want that classic Dark Souls gameplay, Nioh's going to be for you. However, if you are a casual gamer, that's not an insult at all, but if you are a casual gamer and you like only play games at the weekend or only play Call of Duty and FIFA and don't really like experimenting with new titles, I'm pretty sure you won't enjoy Nioh. It's going to be very challenging and you'll get frustrated very quickly. It's not a sort of game you can pick up, defeat a couple of bosses and put it back down. You're going to need a lot of practice to actually beat this game, and you're going to have to be very persistent in getting better again and again, because it's just going to be a very difficult game to master. And overall, I do feel this game is not going to be as good as the Dark Souls series. I mean, as I said, it's got a massive name to live up to, but that doesn't really matter at all. I still think Nioh is going to be an amazing title, and as I've already said, I've got a feeling it's going to be one of the best games of 2017, so I definitely recommend picking it up. To answer the question, should you buy Nioh? If you are a Dark Souls fan, there's no doubt about it. You need to pick up this game because we're probably not going to be getting a Dark Souls 3. Maybe we'll get a Bloodborne 2 one day, but for the moment, this is the best we've got. If you don't really like Dark Souls games, you've not played any, or you're a casual gamer, skip this title because it's going to be very difficult and it's going to take so long to master, you'll probably give up like halfway through. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe for more.